It looks like Charlie's Angels are heading to the big screen once again. No, not with Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu again, but rather a reboot. According to a report in TheWrap, Sony Pictures is developing a new Charlie's Angels, and it's targeting Elizabeth Banks to direct the project. Banks recently made her directorial debut with Pitch Perfect 2, which made over $285 million worldwide, more than doubling the box office of the first film. Christian, do you buy or sell a Charlie's Angels reboot with Elizabeth Banks directing?
I am absolutely not the target demographic here for this movie. But on a business side, it's a buy. It makes sense. I didn't even like Pitch Perfect 2, to be honest. And I didn't like it because I didn't like Elizabeth Banks' directing style. But I'm not one of those people who went out to buy the tickets. And it made a lot of money. And it was very successful. So it would make sense to go after her. And this is a property that she probably could have a lot of fun with as a director. She probably can get some... It's one of the benefits for her being such a big star. She can get probably some quality talent as well to play the Angels, to play Charlie. It makes sense. I'm still skeptical with Sony because of the problems that they have. I know they're kind of rebuilding now, but I think overall as a business decision, yeah, because I didn't like number 2. The second movie with McGee and everything. I don't want them to be too similar in tone to the McGee films. They've got to be different in tone because then why even do a remake? But the property in general could be told again, so it's a buy.
I'm going to very mildly sell this. Now, in case you don't know, I am just a little bit in love with Elizabeth Banks. This woman is the whole package. She's charming, intelligent. She's sharp, she's witty, she's uber talented. I'm a big fan of hers. But yeah, I went into Pitch Perfect 2. And Pitch Perfect, the first one, was one of those movies that I was expecting to be garbage. And I was like, wow, this is actually kind of entertaining. This was a fun movie. The second one, I didn't mind the second one, but I thought it was a big step down. And like you were saying, to echo what you were saying there, I think the reason that I thought it was a step down was you could totally tell this was a first-time director. I thought there were a lot of mistakes, and that all can be attributed to the direction throughout the film. And so it's not like Ben Affleck's Gone Baby Gone as a first directorial thing where you're like, what the hell? How did he do this? It was, yeah, this was kind of rough, but it was her first outing. Obviously, there are some studios who saw potential in there. Obviously, the box office was great, but I think that had more to do with the first Pitch Perfect than it does have to do with the second Pitch Perfect. I'm curious. I'm curious about the film because if you're going to do Charlie's Angels, you also got to have a high action element as well. So I am curious about the film, but until I start seeing some stuff, I am just ever so mildly going to give it a sell. Schnepp?
I'm going to buy it. I didn't see Pitch Perfect 2, so I don't know anything about her directorial style, but reading so many reviews, or interviews with her and seeing interviews with her, I think she's got the right mindset to do a Charlie's Angels. So with the box office there, with her proving herself, and you guys saying it's not exactly the greatest directorial debut, but this is a property that I think is something she could wrap her head around pretty easily. And I don't think she's going to follow in the steps of McGee and make it like that super, super action, corny kind of comedy action. I'm sure there'll be comedy action in it, but it'll be a little different. So I'll buy it for right now.
You know what would be great? Would be a coup d'etat if she could get Bill Murray to come back as Bosley. It's a reboot, total reboot, but still have Bill Murray as Bosley.
Wow.
That would make it something to buzz about.